Okay. Item number 1 on the agenda is to receive members' apologies for absence.
I've received no apologies, Chairman.
Thank you. Item number 2 is to receive members' declarations of disclosable pecuniary, non-disclosable pecuniary, or non-pecuniary interests in relation to any agenda. Okay. Item number 3 is to confirm for signature by the chairman when possible the minutes of the meeting of the Planning and Community Infrastructure Committee held on the 21st of September 2020. Could I have a proposer and a seconder for that, please?
I'll propose first.
Michael beats that, so yeah, thank you. Item number 4 is the open forum / public participation. Is for the clerk to report any representations received from members of the public.
I've received no representations, Chairman.
Okay. Item number 5 is to consider any planning related issues in terms of Fenland District Council schemes, projects, services or policies.
I've received nothing under item 5, 6 or 7.
Wonderful. Okay, so our first one is to erect a porch to the front of an existing dwelling at Ashley Barton Road, Wisbeach. Let's have a look at this one. Just wait for these to load up. Okay, so we're on the corner of Mile Tree Lane and Barton Road. That's the same thing.
Not exactly going to be an issue, is it?
No. Can't see it causing much of a nuisance.
I'd say it's not overlooking it. The building's
That's a very impressive porch.
Yeah.
That's existing. And that's
I can't really see any issues with that at all.
I can't either.
No. No.
Even if I was in a really bad mood, I wouldn't have any issues with that. I'd really struggle.
Then I would have to argue with you on that one.
Okay, we're all happy with that one then.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Cool. Okay, our next one is variations of conditions 2, which is to refuse storage, 3, which is access gates, and 4, which is the plan schedule relating to planning permission X. And this is a change of use of existing 14 times commercial units to 15 times 1 bed ground floor flats, to amend the position of the northern bin storage area, agree the refuse collection arrangements, including fencing details, make elevational changes between 17A and 18 Church Mews, and agree access gates details at 1 to 7 and 11 to 7 Church Mews, Wisbeach. That was simple. Okay, I'll just wait for this to load. We've got a few seconds. Okay, while we wait for that, because the internet seems to be a bit slow, while we wait for that, we'll skip on to the next one we've got loaded. This one is the conversion of a 6-bed HMO and 1 bed flat to 2 times 2 bed and a 2 times 1 bed flat, including the erection of a 2-story extension, roof alterations and demolition of single-story utility at 74 Ramneth Road, Wisbeach. So we have comments from highways, and we have comments from housing importance, neighbour response. I'll look at these first. Okay, highways asking FDC to consider the suitability of the existing proposed off-road parking provision. Consideration should also be given to the parking shortfall and the impact this may have on the availability of on-street parking / residential amenity. But they don't actually have any highways objections.
Sounds rough.
All in favour of kicking Billy out of the meeting?
Aye.
Housing department has no objections. Okay, and we have a neighbour comment. And to convert the existing dwelling would substantially increase the cars parked on the road. Potentially, this could create 4 cars minimum on the road. In the morning, there's already a long-term issue of children's safety getting to Ramneth School. Twice a day, cars are parked on the road across driveways and blocking pavements. Issues resulting for this are children and parents forced to walk around cars and wait for cars to mount pavements. Okay, so that's just an objection about parking and road safety. Let's have a look.
I think parking has got to be an issue there because it's always private there, isn't it? No,
Around this road, yeah.
Is that the old shop? That's Garner's old shop then, is it?
I couldn't tell you. Let me have a look at the actual application form, see what the conditions. Oh no, we're on a different one now, aren't we? I'm trying to work out. So which ones does it say before and after? Okay, so this one's proposed.
In total, it is actually fewer bedrooms, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like it. What is it? 6-bed HMO to 4 million. I think it'd be the same, wouldn't it? If it's 2 times 2 bed and 2 times 1 bed.
That's the same one.
It's 6-bed HMO at the moment, so I think it'd still be 6 beds.
Just a different kind of configuration, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the conversion, 2-story side extension. Okay. Just looking down here. An extension there. Okay, so there are 2 existing parking spaces, off-road parking spaces here, and we've got a driveway here, which is existing parking. So they have already got 3 spaces for parking off of the road. Different site access. Yeah. See, the issue is whether we can object to it, given that it's 6 beds now. The issue is whether we can object to it, given that it's still going to be 6 beds, and whether that is going to cause an increase or not.
Currently 7, because the description is conversion of 6-bed HMO and 1-bed flat to 2 2-beds and 2 1-beds. So isn't it 7 going down to 6?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
oh, I'm glad you're here, Terry. Okay, so there is actually, see, yeah, even more so. I don't really think we can argue about parking when it's actually going to be a reduction in properties. I mean, I know it's going to be a different sort of format, and occupants may differ from what an HMO, the average occupant of an HMO would be. But I don't really see how we can object to that, given that it's going to actually reduce the amount of people that are living there.
Well, there's provisions of parking as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, there's a driveway here, so existing parking here, and existing parking there. So there's 3 different sets of off-road parking. And given that it's a reduction, I can't see that we can object to it on the basis of what the neighbour complaint was about the issues with parking.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing is there's three parts of gravel there as well.
Yeah. And you've got gravel here.
It could be used as parking as well if they wanted to. I'm with you. I mean, it's a reduction in an HMO to flats, which I think is preferable.
No.
It attracts a different type of clientele, and there looks like sufficient parking, off-road parking as well.
Yeah, looking at it, looks okay to me.
Yeah, based on that, I don't think we can. I think if anything, it probably improved the situation with parking, given that there's going to be less people. So I can't see any issues with that. I'm quite happy to support that one.
And mate,
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, everyone happy with that one? Yeah.
Yep.
Right, okay, this one's worked now. So we're back to the variation of conditions. I'm not going to read that all out to you again. Please don't ask me to. Right. So we'll have a look at the conditions first of all. Application form. Return. Okay, so they obviously asked. Yes, they've sent out some letters for obviously the resident consultation, and they've had 5 of them come back. Okay, so they want variation of conditions 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so CAMS Constabulary have reviewed the variation of conditions, and they're satisfied that it's not going to cause any problems in relation to crime. There's 2 pages there. Just looking for the other conditions. I can't.
So the condition said something about bin storage, but on that plan that you just showed, I couldn't even see that they indicated any bin storage.
No. It says it's refuse storage and collection, access gates. I can see access gates.
Is that not bin storage? The green.
Well, I thought so, but
Oh, yeah, sorry, bin storage area.
yeah, I can see now. Yeah.
But I just can't see what the conditions were. So I can't.
That'll be on the previous application with the 317.
Is it going to be separate? I hate these. Such a pain in the backside. Let's have a look. Copy.
Search the web to plant trees. Look.
Got to make up for all these trees that I've been savagely cutting down. Just hate trees so much. I have one sat next to me.
They call you the lumberjack. They call you the lumberjack.
Okay, so here's the original application. Sorry, chaps, my internet's being a bit slow tonight. Documents, okay.
Be towards the top, won't it? Decision notice.
Draft decision notice. Okay, so what condition was it? 2, 3, and 4 they wanted to?
2, 3, and 4. Yeah.
2, 3, and 4. Okay, so condition 2 is prior to the occupation of any of the residential units hereby approved. Full details of the refuse storage and collection arrangements shall be submitted to and approved in writing by the local planning authority. The scheme shall then be implemented in accordance with the agreed details and thereafter maintained in perpetuity. And that's to ensure a satisfactory form of refuse collection and compliance with the local plan. Number 3 is prior to the occupation of any residential units hereby approved. Details of the access gates design shall be submitted to and approved in writing by the local planning authority. The scheme shall then be implemented in accordance with the agreed details and therefore thereafter maintained in perpetuity. And number 4 is the development hereby permitted shall be carried out in accordance with the following approved plans and documents. And that is, I presume these are on the old application.
Yeah.
Oh God, this one's fun, isn't it? Including bin storage areas.
Surely if they're a variation of condition
Mm.
and they're specific to Fenland District Council's approval,
Yeah.
we've already approved, we've already sort of approved or
Supported.
said that we're happy with the development. Surely that's a case of it's down to them to say yes or no
Yeah.
to those particular conditions. I mean, if the gates that they're showing on that plan are the gates that they're going to put on there, then they're no different to what's already down there. So I can't see that there's an issue from our point of view.
And all the conditions, the 3 conditions that they want varied are relating to the Fenland local plan.
Yeah.
So it seems to me that it's not really. I mean, I don't have anything in particular to say about this one because I think it's whether Fenland are happy with it or not necessarily us.
Well, we're happy, subject to Fenland District Council agreeing to the change of condition.
Yeah, so I think it's the course of action is say support subject to what Dave just said, subject to Fenland being happy with the variation of conditions. So if everyone's happy with that, we'll go with that one.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
So
I'm
that
happy
seems to
with
be the
it.
logical route. So that's the old one. We don't need that. And we don't need that. Or that. Or that.
851 now then. Back to 851.
851. Thank you, Terry. And this one's to erect a single-story extension to existing dwelling at 14 Pendula Road, Wisbeach. Okay. So a photo existing, proposed elevation, existing. Existing dwelling.
You want to see how
That's existing.
you want to see how slow this internet is.
I've proposed here.
Just a little tweak, isn't it?
Is it just a conservatory, it looks like?
Yeah.
It's like a conservatory extension on the existing
Yeah, it's just a conservatory.
wall, isn't it?
That's existing. What plans? That is. Again, finding it hard to find any problems with that one. It is just a conservatory, and they just want to stick it on the end.
On the end.
I can't see any issues with that. It's within the footprint. It's not going to be overlooking anything. So it's only single story. That's why I can't see an issue with that one.
Nor me, Jimmy.
No,
No, I'm happy with that.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
with
I think we're all happy to support that one then, Terry.
Okay.
The next one is, we've done this, haven't we, 74 Amneth Road?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is the change of use of site to sale of used cars and preparation/storage of stock cars, including the erection of a sales office and a 1.8 metre approximately high palisade fencing. And this is at the former British Telecom tech site, Oldfield Lane, Wisbeach. So I've heard this one. I've heard this come up a few times before about a British Telecom site, but I don't actually know where it is. Highways have no objections. So location. first ones we got? This is proposed site plan elevation existing in the design statement. Okay. So this is the existing site plan and elevations. So it's just a garage / workshop.
Got a fence of cars in it now. There's fencing down there anyway, isn't there? I can't see a problem with it.
I mean, that is the, yeah, it's just the erection of a sales office and a fence around the outside. And then they just want to pop a sales office there. What's that at the moment? Just here. And they've got, I mean, dare I say, off-road car parking won't be a problem for a car dealer.
No.
Yeah, so it's just the fence and the sales office there. So again, I don't have any issues with that. I can't see that causing any problems.
Me neither.
It looks all good to me anyway. It's where the pictures, so the drawing. So that's the shared access there. I mean, it looks like there's a fence there anyway. I mean, albeit a smaller one, but it looks like there's one there anyway. So I'm quite happy to support that one if everyone else is.
Yeah.
It's always been a commercial site, so I can't see that there's much issue with that.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, thank you. And the next one is to erect a single-story rear extension to an existing HMO for use building for up to 14 persons and formation of additional new access at 310 Churchill Road, Wisbech. On the public comment, consultee comment from Councillor Hoy, proposed block plan and drawings existing. Comments. Okay, so we have objection based on having an access onto the Churchill Road is dangerous, especially when lay-by is used to avoid the traffic lights. So potential increase in vehicles could cause more problems. And apparently the property is already a bit of an eyesore with its often overflowing bins.
That's where they're on about buying brand shop and it putting a compulsory purchase order for brand shop and there's a big roundabout going in there, isn't there?
Yeah. We have a comment from Councillor Hoy, who is the ward councillor, and it is her view that this is overdevelopment. There's already constant problems with this property with overflowing bins. It's also not safe to come straight out into those traffic lights and will be worse when it's the roundabout there next year. Okay, so we have existing. Let's see that a bit. So if we have a look at the location plan. So it's there. So you can see where the access is. So it is a bit of a tricky place to get out of. That's existing and proposed. So I'll just go over to this side, and the proposed addition is this bit here. So I have to say again, I quite agree with Councillor Hoy's comments. I think it is overdevelopment. I think with the access the way it is already, I don't think it's safe really, especially with where the traffic lights are. Like Sam says, with the roundabout going next door, but it sounds like they're already having problems with sort of environmental health issues like bins overflowing and whatnot. So I would personally object to that on the basis of overdevelopment, because I think that is just, I mean, it's already a big property with a lot of people in it. I think it's just another case of trying to squeeze as many sardines into a tin as possible yet again. So,
Or any highways comments?
any what? Sorry, Terry.
Any highways comments? Consultee comments?
So I think we've only got one from a member of the public and one from Councillor Hall.
Yeah. I just wonder whether highways have made any comment in terms of additional access.
No. So yeah, that's me. How does everyone else feel about it?
I think it's overdevelopment. It also overlooks the properties at the back of it, or will do overlook properties at the back of it.
Single story, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just trying to squeeze as many people in as possible. And it is just, it's starting to get a bit out of hand, especially because it's quite a significant extension. It's already got a significant property with a lot of people in it. So yeah, I'm personally against that. Is anyone in favour at all? Or
No.
Is it, for clarity, is it just overdevelopment or any comments about highways?
I think the main issue would be the overdevelopment. But we could always, if members are happy, we could always put that as a side note. I'd be quite happy to object on the basis of both of them. Sorry, Dave.
Certainly got to be concerns about highway with regards to what's planned for that area over the next few years. As Councillor Hoyer said, next year there should be a roundabout there. So, that whole area could change. And access be completely different or non-existent, maybe.
It sounds like in its existing format anyway, it's causing highways issues as well. So I think it would just compound everything. So I think definitely if we object to it on the basis of overdevelopment and highways concerns, if everyone's happy with that.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you. And the last one of the evening is the installation of external roller shutters to the front of an existing building, and this is retrospective at 15 Chapel Road, Wisbeach. I believe this is the new location of Banks Barbers. Would you like to read every public comment? Well, we'll get a random selection.
Pick one random,
Get a few, fully sports application, brilliant idea, support. I have to say, I don't particularly need to look at it. Yeah, definitely. I'm absolutely in favour of it. I think it's good for business. I think we need to be supporting local businesses like this.
Conservation or anything, is it?
No, I'm perfectly happy with that. More than happy to support that.
I'm me, Ben.
Yeah, I'll support it.
Splendid. Everyone happy with that one then?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the one thing with this one is it's going to have to be go by conservation because it is in conservation area.
Yeah.
So
let's hope we don't have a repeat of that fiasco anyway.
Yeah. So I think subject to
Conservation.
But as well as that, I don't see that there's an issue with shutters as long as they're the right type. I mean, fair dues to the person that owns who's got that business. Maybe he can make the shutters a little bit more sort of appealing than just an aluminium drop-down.
They have got them. They have got one already. So they've got this one here,
isn't it?
which is an existing.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing, isn't it? Because I believe that is actually outside the conservation area. It abuts to, but it's not in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there again, the sports club the other side of the road's got roller shutter doors on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, exactly. The conservation can't stop them. If he does that, he's got to make the sports centre take theirs down.
Yeah. See, this is the problem we had last time with the salon, wasn't it? It was one rule for one, another rule for another. So I think, if we agree subject to conservation, but I mean, I'm absolutely supportive of it. So I think everyone's happy with that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. That brings us to the end of the meeting. That's all sorted. Thank you very much for turning up, and I'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Top job, Jim.
Yeah, thanks very much.